Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Good Fruit Pod. Now, if you see a cat bombard in here or jump on the table or knock over the camera, I'm sorry. We are currently in cat danger zone. I wish I could, maybe I'll post a picture or something. There's a bird feeder on the window right above this desk area where my computer and where the camera is sitting at the moment. And my cats will use this desk as their launch pad to go defend the house, as they should, against these birds eating out of this bird feeder. They'll bang on the windows and stuff, make them get out of here, make them scram. And I'm just in that danger zone. I am in their launch pad area. So if we see a cat pummel the camera or me or anything, then I'm sorry. Again, I'm not going to tell them no for doing their housely duties. That's, you know. I'm fearful that my camera is glitching out, so give me a minute. But yes, welcome back, everybody. I unplugged my charger, so hopefully my camera stops glitching out. But yes, welcome back. Obviously, we are not at the Good Fruit Pod studio, and this is going to be another solo episode. And I appreciate your guys' patience with just these random, I'm going to do solo all of a sudden. This week, Carrington is not here once again because we haven't planned any filming as of late. I have been trying to deal with some health issues, get some things figured out, and also fixing the AC in my car. So the pod studio is about like a 45-minute drive from where I'm at right now. So just driving, I'm like practically driving a sauna. So if I look a little red and toasty, that's what's going on because I did come straight home from work to film this episode today, which I'm very excited about. Also, in light of that, if you see me pull out some grapes or blueberries, then please give me a break. I need my after work snack. But today is going to be a really fun episode. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the last bonus episode that we gave you guys. I think a lot of those clips we either clipped just because time reasons or maybe the flow of the conversation, like they didn't fit in that well with what we were talking about in the episode. But I felt like they still had some good information, whether silly or not. We still wanted to make sure to share those things, especially some of the things that Carrington shared. I just felt like I couldn't keep those to myself. I think there was just like fun insights in there and thinking points to share with y'all. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And one of the things that I really enjoy about a bonus episode is that I feel like our bonus episodes focus on like me and Carrington like being silly and having those conversations that like they're like so unserious. Like I feel like those bonus episodes really have me and Carrington's most unserious conversations, which is also a big part of why they become bonus clips. We clip these episodes before we release them to you and we edit the conversation a little bit. We're packing all this, the serious part of the conversations, or as much as we can, into this one episode to share with you guys, trying to find that balance between silly and like what you guys came there for the episode. But those unserious conversations or those silly ones, those fun ones, like come out. And the thing about the bonus episodes that I really love is it is focused on those fun parts. Like, sure, we're still talking about Christ and we're still talking about Jesus and trying to hit our mission, but like we're just able to enjoy. We're able to enjoy the fun parts of this pod. Not saying that all of it isn't fun, but of course, when we start talking about things like, especially in the Hope Core season, where we're talking about like world events and how to deal with certain things or certain events that just like aren't the funnest for either people within the queer community or just believers, or getting into these like more controversial, deeper topics, it's fun to just have a moment focus on silliness, which is what that bonus episode is. And it kind of inspired me for this episode today, and I actually can't attribute the total idea of this episode today just to this last bonus episode. I actually do need to attribute it to other creators that I have been listening to recently, like Vanilla Mace, of course, Trixie and Katya. I always shout them out. I've been listening to a lot of the Last Meals videos, which have been amazing. Specifically, I really like Jeanette McCurdy. That was really fun. And honestly, Alton Brown, it was fun to kind of hear his thoughts and the way he went about his, and also the podcast. Special shout out to this one, Let Love. It is a podcast of nuns, and they go through like biblical ideas and like just talk about it really nicely, like having a conversation on their podcast. And it's like those women, they're kind of going viral on TikTok. Apparently, people are really like, wow, these sisters like no happiness and no joy. And it is so true. They are just like the funnest, like sweetest people, and they speak about things in such a positive and genuine way, and I love it. And you can just tell like this piece of Jesus has like truly reached their hearts, and that's why they're just so like yay, they're so fun. I really recommend them, and listening to all these different creators and just watching them do their thing. Again, specifically like Vanilla Mace, she just is having fun and being herself, and then capitalizing with the bonus episode, the feeling I had while editing it and just the enjoyment of it and the peace that I've been experiencing lately while just enjoying. It really emphasized the importance of just being to me and enjoying the providence and the happiness and the peace that Jesus allows us to have. And actually, this is from the Let Love podcast. They pointed out that, and don't quote me on this, but it's something similar, but you're able to see the fruits of your labor in rest. And something that I struggle with, or something that maybe gets translated on the pod, I'm trying to push so much information, I'm trying to do all the time, that I don't really make time to just like sit and be and enjoy. But having watched people like Vanilla Mace just doing her thing and being authentic and just having fun, or listening to these sisters on the Let Love podcast just kind of speak about things, but also giggle and enjoy the life and experience life, and just be having faith and trusting in Jesus, and this like spirit of peace and happiness that comes along with it. Like, it made me remember just to like, hey, just sit back and enjoy and make time to laugh. Make time to live, laugh, love. Like, dang. But it's something that's true, and I've really just been seeing the importance of trying to let go. Let go and have faith. That's been also another big lesson that I have been learning, that God has been trying to teach me, I think, is having faith that he's going to take care of things. So if that means, and I've spoke about this on the pod before, and I feel like I've had this God trying to teach me this lesson before, and I guess I didn't listen the first time very well. And it's crazy that now again this lesson's getting shown to me through people like Vanilla Mace. I've really been leaning into just having faith that God is going to take care of it, whether it's, hey, it's okay if this episode doesn't turn out exactly perfect. I know that God's going to work through it. Like, of course, give your best to it, but God will make it work for his will. Or, you know, I don't have to be amazing or hit all the expectations that I have for myself at work. I'm able to just do my best and have faith that God's going to take care of it. And he has been lately. I don't need to be constantly trying to find the answer to some sort of question that I have about God. I don't need to be constantly scouring the Bible and reading every article to try to find the reasoning to X, Y, and Z. Like, I just have faith. If you just have faith and just take a minute to enjoy them, of course, having that balance is so good, because there's times that you do need to scour the Bible. There's times that you do need to go research and go try to figure things out. But there's also a time and a place to just be and to laugh and to be with others, allowing yourself to enjoy through a sense of faith in Christ, that in his providence, and knowing that he's going to take care of everything. I think there's a sense of importance to that. And it's something that I've been learning, and also highlighting the other lessons that I'm learning, watching these creators and enjoying their content, is just, you know, showing up as you are and being who you are. You never know what you're going to say that's going to reach somebody, and just, you never know how God is going to work your story into relating to someone else or inspiring someone else. And so that big old spiel then leads me to what is this episode. And it's just going to be kind of fun and silly. It's something that I kind of thought up on a whim, but I think it'll be fun. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna be playing a game, and it's gonna be, would Riss be friends with this Bible character? Okay, so let's see how it goes. All right, y'all. The sun is going down. I repeat, the sun is going down. Okay. I have 35% on my phone. Also, again, I just want to say thank you guys for being patient. I know that the consistency in this pod sometimes is all over the place. Again, I have been trying to work through some health things and just life things. And me being able to just have flexibility with the pod and people being patient with that has meant the world. So, shout out to you guys. I really hope that you guys are doing well as well. I pray for you guys. I keep you guys in my prayers, and I hope that your guys' relationship with God is building and it's just good and it's happy. And I pray that you guys know His providence and His faithfulness. You guys are in my thoughts and prayers. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm very thankful for you guys for being so patient with this pod because I know it's kind of all over the place sometimes. Okay, y'all. The lighting might be getting kind of crazy. Am I fading out a little? I don't know why my camera does that. There we go. All right. So I made, and God forgive me, I did use AI to build this. I know. I'm sorry. Sorry. I did utilize the Gemini. I wasn't feeling very well. I just wanted it quick. I also kind of wanted it to be like I didn't know what was coming up in the slideshow. Um, so the third party ended up being Gemini that I used. So sorry. Anyway, I did create a slide though for this game. How this is going to work is this slideshow, I'm going to follow it along with you guys. I haven't seen this. It's like a blind read. And I don't know how many I'm going to do. I also am like on a time limit because I have the quietness of the apartment right now because my girlfriend is out with her mother getting dinner. So I'm kind of like, I kind of got a time limit for how many I can do. So we're going to see how many I can do. I'm going to go through the slideshow of characters or people in the Bible. And each slide is going to have like 3 facts about these characters. That way it's still educational. You know, we still want this game. We still want this podcast to be about Christ, about the Bible, about helping you guys know Him more. I'm sorry. But we're going to go through each slide. I'm going to go through with you. And whatever character is on the slide or whatever people, I'm going to tell you my thoughts on whether or not I think that I would be their friend. And what we're saying in this, like, I don't know. I guess I didn't really lay out the rules for myself. Okay, what we're going to say is that if I were me as of right now, and I don't know, we're meeting in like a neutral zone, neutral area, neutral time period, if I met them as I am now and as they are within that story, like, would we get along? Would we be friends? I'm sorry if this is sacrilegious. I don't think it will be. I have so much respect for the Bible. But also I think that other people would have this question. Do you not? Like when you're reading the Bible, you're like, I wonder if I would get along, or I wonder if I would make it. Like, would I make it if I got eaten by a whale right now? Do you, do you guys think that? All right, let's see how this goes. I hope you guys enjoy this game. I think it'll be fun. Okay, we're gonna start. Okay, let me show you this first slideshow, and I'll actually, and this is not a promotion for building slides with Gemini. All right, I get it if you're not feeling good or in a crunch or whatever, but don't be me. Don't commit the same evils I do. But I'm not gonna lie, the slide's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Good job, Gemini. Okay. Here's the front. Would these people in the Bible be Riss's friend? A playful journey through biblical friendships. You guys can play along too. You guys want the slide? Should I attach the slide in the description so you guys can play and you guys can pair yourselves too? How fun would this be at like a girls' night? Okay, we're gonna do this. Okay. I also think my Adderall is wearing off a little, so this is great. Okay. The first friend. I'm also the way I have to read this. I don't have my glasses. Okay, the first friend, Eve. Okay, from Adam and Eve. This makes sense. The first. She's like in the first story of the Bible. Got it, got it, got it, got it. This makes sense. Thanks for letting it be a woman, Gemini. Slay. Nothing against men. But you know, the girls and the gays, you know how it be. Okay, Eve. The very first woman, she lived in a perfect garden and was the mother of all people. You can read her story at the very beginning of the Bible in Genesis chapters 2 and 3. And fun fact, her name means living or life giver, which is a pretty cool superpower name. You're right, Gemini. That is a pretty cool superpower name. Okay. Honestly, yeah. I think I would be a little angry at her. Like, from a girl to a girl, this is where that girl on girl relationship comes on. I don't think I think I would be a little like mad and be like, girl, why did you eat that apple? Like, do you know what's gonna happen if you eat that apple? Um, I think I would have a lot of questions for her. I don't think she would be weirded out by me. Because some of these biblical characters, I'm not gonna lie, I have a fear of them being like, why are you a girl with short hair? Like, we've talked about it in like the Leviticus episodes. Like, they have a very different understanding of what it means to be homosexual or what it means to cut your hair onto the sides. Like, so, but I feel like Eve was so in the beginning, everything was so brand new and like in the garden, like she was so innocent that I think she would just like think I'm a person. And honestly, I think we would jive. It depends. I think I would be extreme. I would hold. I would be okay with her because I mean, at the end of the day, we're all human and we all like fall short of being perfect. But I'm like, girl, you had one job, you had one command. But then it's like God tells us to forgive, so I like would have to forgive Eve for eating the apple and literally causing the fall of man. And I don't think she'd have any qualms with me. Honestly, yeah. I think we would be friends. I think I would have a lot of questions for her. Is this pre or post Apple? I guess is the real question. I wish Carrington was here. I'm gonna make her play this actually. I'm having a great time. My cats are probably like, "What are you laughing about by yourself?" Oh my gosh! Am I gonna have to blank out her chest? I'm gonna have to blank out her chest. Gemini, evil corporate trying to get you to look at crazy things. That's what this is. Holy cow! Well, I guess she was naked. What if she tweaks out that I'm wearing clothes? Well, I guess she wouldn't. Is this pre or post Apple? Yeah. I think we'd be friends. I think, again, the resentment part is what's really, I think, would really get us. But yeah, I think we'd be chill. Both of my things are dying. All right. Both of my electronics are dying. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Next one. All right, y'all. I put my charger back in, so if I get a little glitchy again, I'm sorry. Okay. We're going to move on to the second slide, though. A leader? Moses. I also don't have my glasses on. Okay, Moses. Okay. A brave leader who saved the Israelites from slavery and received the 10 Commandments. His massive adventure spans 4 books: Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Fun fact, he was 80 years old when he stood up to Pharaoh. It's never too late to start a quest. How do we know that? Was that confirmed? He would have been 80 when God talked to him in the burning bush. Holy cow, no wonder he was so like adamant about not wanting to do it. Because I was always like, Moses, dude, like if God calls you to do something, you kind of just like get up and go. especially if it's like in a burning bush. Like if some spiritual entity is like genuinely like showing itself to you, like no doubt about it. God, not even just a spiritual entity, it's God is like telling you to go do something, you just go do it. But he was 80. So that like, how do we know that? Gemini. Okay. Anyway, we gotta get past that. No. No, I don't think that him and I would be friends whatsoever. I think because I'm thinking in this game that these people like know something. Like if I know this much about them, since I like read, know them from the Bible, then they have to know something about me. I don't know, maybe they like looked at my Instagram or something, or like maybe they have like a quick fact sheet about me or something, but they would know I'm gay. Also, I have short hair, and I think one of the rules in Leviticus is to like you can't cut your hair. Women can't cut their hair at their sides. I think I would be a walking like issue liability to him, especially because he had all those like purity laws that he had to follow in Leviticus, where it's like you can't wear clothes of like the same, like you can't wear clothes of different materials, otherwise it's like a sin, you gotta die or something. Or you can't like plant the same crop on one field or something like that. Like he had all these purity laws, and he was dealing with so much trying to save these people. And like foreigners, like they had to follow the rules, those like purity law rules when they came. I think if I showed up as myself, he would be like, you either grow out your hair again and you just become part of the tribe, or you gotta go. Like I think he'd be so freaked out. He's got so much else, like other stuff on his plate, like trying to lead the next generation of God's people, trying to free the Hebrews from Egypt, or the Israelites from Egypt. That like, yeah, I don't think he would mess with me. I don't think I don't think we would have a friendship whatsoever. I don't know if I would like him. I I feel like I would. And also he's like super close with God. He would like do you think he would ask God to smite me? He's like literally hanging out with God in a tent. Because he had the tabernacle, right? And he would go to the mountain and he would like or have like the tent of meeting with God. So he would like literally chat with God. Maybe he'd be cool with me. Maybe God would be like, she's cool, she's cool. I don't think. I think I would like him though. I think I would have a lot of questions for him. I think I would be like, I'd be like, what's God like? He's like, read the Bible. I'm like, ah! Like, yeah, I think I would have a lot of questions for him. He lived a crazy life. He lived a crazy life because he was like a Hebrew in the Egyptian palace too. So I'm like, dang, you were like an outcast for a while. Then you found your wife by coming to like just walking the wilderness, happening to come upon them, like happening to come upon a tribe. Then you become friends with that tribe's leader, priest. Then you marry his daughter. How did that go? Like, I think I would have a lot of questions for him too. I'd be like, I bet that was so stressful having to just like part the Red Sea and stuff. Like, he's like, no, I have faith. I'm like, okay. He's he's like, what do you do? I'm like, run a podcast. It's really hard. He's like, yeah, I think I would be chill with him. I still would have the question, why are you so resistant to God? Like the age thing, I kind of am like, only a little bit of sympathy, maybe that much. Like, but like you can't do that, dude. You can't. Um, anyway, But yeah, I don't think he would like me. I don't think we'd be friends. All right, sorry, my computer I think is glitching out pretty hard. This episode is gonna be crazy. Okay, next one. The spokesman, Aaron. You know, when I prompted Gemini to make these slides, I was like, put some like biblical characters that like aren't as well known either, just so that like we could get a mix and we can learn as we went through the slideshow, you know. But like Aaron, now I'm kind of like, no, Aaron's cool. I just am like, I feel like this isn't someone that I would want to do this for, play this game with. It's kind of like, is that rude? Aaron and I wouldn't be friends. We wouldn't be friends. Just based if he watched this video, he'd be like that really hurt my feelings. I'm like, okay. Anyway, also, hold on. I think I remember this guy. Okay. Before I take back anything rude I'm saying, let me double check if this is the guy. Moses' older brother, this is exactly what I'm thinking, who helped him speak and become Israel's first, and became Israel's very first high priest, right? He was Moses' brother because Moses, again, was kind of hesitant to God's call, was like, I'm not a very good speaker. Apparently, he had a stutter, which I was like, okay, understandable. So God was like, all right, like use your brother to help you and he can speak for you and like be the words and be your mouth, whatever. So yeah, okay. And he was like Moses' right-hand man, essentially, like during the whole like getting out of Israel or getting out of Egypt kind of thing. Okay, yeah. He became Israel's very first high priest. Find his priestly service and family drama in the book. That was good, Gemini. Good job. Find his priestly service and family drama in the books of Exodus and Leviticus. And fun fact, he had a wooden staff that once miraculously sprouted flowers and almonds. I didn't know that. I just need to double check something. Did Aaron make the golden calf? Yes. According to the biblical account in Exodus 32, we literally did an episode, sorry. I should know that. Aaron made the golden calf when the Israelites panicked and demanded a visible God because Moses was delayed on Mount Sinai. Aaron collected their gold, melted it, and fashioned it into a molten calf idol. I feel like, but God calls us to forgive. I just feel like maybe I need to work on forgiveness? ? Is my camera glitching out? Hold on. Okay. Are we back? Am I glitching? Okay. Okay. God calls us to forgive. I think I really need to work on my forgiveness. I'm not gonna lie, guys, because I'm like, I am so angry at this man. Like, dude, you were the guy who was like, give me your gold, I'll build you a calf. And like, maybe he did it as a representation to be like, this is God. But like, I feel like he didn't. I feel like he was like, this is your God now. Like, worship this. Like, you literally came from Egypt and was like, isn't your like Egyptian God like shaped like a bull? Like, don't they have a bull head? You did that. And now we have the freaking part of the big four. What is that verse? Acts? I think. Is it Romans? I don't even know. I'm sorry. This is showing just how much I need to review my work. But now we have that back in Romans where they're like, those people gave themselves up to revelry. The women exchanged sexual relations for women instead of men. Like, now we have that because you created a catalyst of people willing to do crazy things and do crazy pagan worship like they were doing it in Egypt. And now we have this verse again. And you were literally right there. You were right there. You were seeing all of God's miracles, which I guess I could say that for any. And it just like, I don't know about that almond stuff though. That'd be kind of nice to have a friend that could like sprout you an almond. I guess the question too would be, would he like me? And the answer, honestly, I don't know, because because if Moses wouldn't like me because I am like I am in a complete replica of like the Canaanites down the way that they're trying to separate themselves from and that are doing crazy things. Aaron apparently is real cool with just dilly-dallying and making crazy stuff up and doing crazy things. And so I don't know if he would really have a problem with me being a homosexual. But he was a high priest. I guess that shows God can really forgive. Because that was pretty soon early on, right? The whole golden calf thing. Because they had just gotten to Sinai. They took a break. They still were getting out of Egypt. Aaron was still announced, like, I don't think he was announced a priest yet. And then the golden calf thing happened. And then was he announced a priest? Because if so, then God really forgives. Dang, God's forgiving. I need to forgive. Maybe. And if Aaron's a priest, then he probably has that too. But he also is like, he is in that, again, like, purity law era where like he really needs to follow those commands, every command that God gave, like don't eat, what is it, bugs with knees or something, insects with like 4 legs or something. So he might be a little spooked to me too, and he needs to get his act together. He needs to act right after that whole shabacle or whatever it's called, debacle. But I feel like forgiveness sees forgiveness. You know what I mean? But also, this would, okay. I feel like he would be cool with me. I feel like after everything that he's been through and the forgiveness that he's received, because I feel like Moses kind of erred on the side of like lawfulness. And he was very much about like maintaining purity, while it seems like Aaron is errs more on that side of like he has like God's forgiveness and he kind of sees that more of like open side to the, I don't want to say open side, but more of just like that merciful side of the Lord. Like the way their faith expressions seem a little different. So I feel like Aaron might have a little bit of compassion for me and may be cool with me. But I have a feeling that if I stay too long in the tribe or with the tribe, that's Aaron right now being like, shut up, no. I just feel like I feel like if I stay too long in his like tribe area, then he might send me on my way. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like his friendship, him and I's friendship, I feel like him and I would have I feel like it would be a good friendship for me to have because I need to learn forgiveness through it. I feel like we would be acquaintances, unfortunately. I feel like we would be like a very much like, hi. I feel like we'd be very much like a, hi, how are you? Oh my gosh. And then it would be like, okay, I'm ready to go home. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, it's getting late. See you later, bye. Like one of those where it's kind of like, you live your life and I'll live mine. Yeah, I think we'd be all right. I think we'd be all right. Okay, guys, my phone is what I'm filming on right now. My phone is at 15%, and my computer is slowly starting to dim. So I feel like I only got one more in me, which sucks. There's like a lot of great ones in here. This is fun. I should have jumped around a little more. Okay. Why don't I jump around? I think I have enough battery for like 2 more. I feel like my computer's still glitching out. Okay, I'm gonna try to push for 2. I have 10%. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes and pick a slide. Okay, let me try again. I picked the last slide, which, how cute is that? Which of these people would you invite over for a snack? That was a good question to ask. That was a good question to ask from the get-go. Maybe instead of like, would you be their friend or would I be their friend? Like, would they come over for a snack? Would you? Well, we're gonna keep the pace of what we were already doing. Okay. Okay. Okay, once again, I'm gonna close my eyes. Okay. The Shepherd King. Oh my gosh, this is King David. Okay, slay. These title names are really creative. Okay, let's see. The young shepherd boy who defeated a giant and grew up to be a legendary musician and king. Cute. Witness his rise to the throne in the books of 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel. Okay, thank you. Fun fact, he is the second most mentioned person in the entire Bible after Jesus. Yeah. I feel like David, he's so cute. He slayed Goliath. Which is like pretty canon. And he's like also a musician, and I just like he did have that he did have that one instance where he literally had a man killed so that he could sleep with his wife. But like, we forgive, we move on, and I think he learned from that. Also, there's like, from what I've heard, mention of him being a little history. So I think him and I would have a fun time. Not like that, but I think we would just be like together. Also, he's a musician, and and I used to play bassoon, which I think will be fun. Maybe we could collab. He could like harp it up, and I could like tootle toot my bassoon. Yeah, and I feel like he has a lot of feelings though, which I'm not against that. And men can have feelings. I'm all for that, and that is good. Process them. Like, yes, that's what we do as humans. And I feel like he really has that human experience thing down. I just feel like I've been learning about myself that I'm a little bit maybe more stoic than some people. But I think David processes them because he like brings it to God. It's not like unless he is like doing both, but like, I feel like he wouldn't put a bunch of baggage on me because he's praying about it. So like, he has a lot of stuff going on in his mind. He has a lot of emotions, but he's bringing it to God first. Because I would be fearful that that the relationship or the friendship might get a little emotionally taxing for me, just because he has so many emotions and I'm not very good at like, which is something I know I need to work on, but like, sometimes I'm not the best at being like a comforting person. You know what I mean? I'm like those memes where it's like your friend's crying and you're just like, kind of deal. But no, he brings it to God, and he has a really great relationship with Jesus, and like, he is the second most mentioned person in the entire Bible after Jesus. Also, they're in the same bloodline. I think me and David would have honestly like a really good time together. I think him and I would like make fun little Renaissance music, right? He was kind of in a Renaissance-y time period. Anyway, I think him and I would have a really great time, and I think we would really enjoy each other's company. I just feel like him and I would vibe. Whether he was a little or not, I just, I just feel like him and I would still have a really great time together. I think he's just cool. Also, can we talk about he would be like low key also like I know that he's a king and all. But like he came from nothing. He was a shepherd. So I feel like he still would be kind of based, you know? Like he wouldn't be like, I'm a king and this is what I like let's do all these crazy things because I'm rich and I can. Like he wouldn't be one of those people. Like he would still like he still has that like humanity about him. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'd be friends. I think he would like me too. I think he would get it. I just feel like yeah, honestly him and I would have a great time. You guys, I'm really scared that my electronics are gonna die. And that I'm glitching out so hard. So I think that unfortunately had to be our last one, which I think that might be a good one. I think that might be a good one to end on because it was such a positive note. Because you know, me and King David, we besties like that. So yeah, I'm having a really great time. Yeah, my camera just dropped to 5%, which means I'm gonna like it's gonna pass away here in like 2 seconds. Which we all know that 5% means like 2 minutes. So unfortunately, I am gonna have to stop this game here. But I really appreciate you guys being flexible with the content that we're putting out. I hope that you guys are enjoying these kind of fun, silly episodes and that you guys also make time to just enjoy life and rest in God's faithfulness and providence. That is what this episode is supposed to focus on. It's just having fun and trusting in God through that and being able to receive the joy and peace that comes along with faith in God. Just a reminder about how Jesus is good and how he is kind and how he is loving. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I was having a giggle. Please expect a part 2. This was so fun. So thank you guys, and we hope you guys are doing well. So everyone go live, laugh, and love. And don't forget that God is good, God is love, God loves you, and go off and produce good fruit. Bye, guys.